You mind if I have you still there, Gar? Okay, cool. I'll just keep you on. Okay.
We are here. It is another week. It's definitely going to be a different week. We're also down one, not your typical girl talk crew because she's out there doing business in the ATL doing her thing. And
ATL. What's the
and
thing? How did they do the
StreamYard
thing again?
changed up on us. Yeah,
Oh,
the
there
A,
we go.
the A.
There we go. The A.
Give the A,
I
the
want to put it
A.
live. It's Canadian. We have to be correct.
Right, I know, right? It has to be correct. Anywho, we are just going to
Anywho.
say if you're watching us live or listening to us on the radio, today might be a little experimental because StreamYard has changed things up and we're no longer able to have some of the functionality that we had before. So, this is the first week. We're going to figure it out. We are going to make it work. But before we go into it, again, if you're new here, we'll just go ahead and quickly introduce the two of us. So, over to you, Kelly.
Hello, everyone. My name is Telly. I'm a proud member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. We want to, and hello to we are Radio Regents. Well, we are not Radio Regent, but we are very close to Radio Regent. They chose us to go on iHeartRadio, and here we are. And we want to thank them for giving us the platform to do all this as we try to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, hella dark, deep, dark internets. We are trying, y'all, and we are so far so good. We've been on for almost 5, 6 years now.
5 years,
So
five
something
years. Yep.
5 years now. So clearly we're making sense. Even we're shocking ourselves at how we're making sense of this foolishness. But we thank you so much for joining us once again for another Wednesday night. Check us out every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Normally there's three of us, like Sheba was saying, but Kara is in the ATL working on business, and we're here holding the fort. So we're just gorgeous Sheba.
I wasn't even touching my phone. Oh my god. Oh wow.
That's okay. You know what? Technology's technologying tonight. It's all good. We're gonna keep on rolling. Beautiful Shiva, tell our gorgeous followers and listeners and watchers who you are. Set them up for the ridiculousness that they're about to see and hear tonight. Girl.
I'm Toshiba. They call me Shiba. I'm the final member of this crew, and I'm going to apologize in advance because I actually am not feeling well, and this is the most I've
Yeah.
probably spoken in days. But again, I could not miss the show because there is so much foolishness that we need to talk about and bring to you. And Cara, we miss you, but we know you'll be back next week.
Miss you,
And we're
girl.
gonna we're gonna start with the first one that I'm calling athlete, and hopefully this works. Here we go.
What I want to know, the people that do stuff like this, you think them consider themselves athletes? And should they be considered athletes? You know what I mean? If just win, it's a bicycle race. You know, Red Bull always like keep them mad stuff, yeah. So there's two people that could be on the bicycle. And you can design it any way you want to design it. So you see, you know what I mean, have the matador and the whole thing going on. This look crazy. This is an insane view. Insane view. Wow. Yeah, man. So you can really just make up any sport, right? Like, what's the what I want to know?
What?
What?
What? Please explain, because I've watched
Okay.
it several times, and I'm so confused.
Yeah. So I assume it is some kind of. I want to say that it's a game show somewhere in Europe. I could be wrong. It could be in the States for all I know. But I feel like it's a European game show. Contestants are asked to create their bicycles, create like I guess bikes with boxes, with making it creative with like either a bike with a saw, a bike with a cake shape, a bike with two people on it, something creative to do with your bike. That's what they want you to create. So some people of a lighter skin tone have done that. It's mostly the Caucasians that have decided to join this interesting challenge. They created some interesting bike things. I don't know what you want to call them, girl, but bike rides. Anywho, they created them. There's like two people on a bike. And the point is that they're supposed to ride their creation down a very small strip across a large pool. And and for those of you that are watching us live, you would have seen, and if you haven't watched this live, make sure to watch this episode and go back for yourself to see if any of them made it. Spoiler alert, none of them have made it across the pool. Some of them didn't even make it to sit. They didn't even sit on, like that last girl. Did she even touch the bike? She just kind of stepped on the little skinny road there that they have and fell into the water. So girl, the way I howled.
I actually have nothing.
The way I howled.
I actually have nothing.
And I don't know if there's money involved. For their sake, I hope that there was some kind of prize. I don't know what that prize would have been. Like a pat on the back, a free lineup to the walk-in clinic to help you with your wounds. Someone standing by to call 911 because you're drowning in the water. Like I hope they had a lifeguard at least.
That was I'm actually done. I'm gonna have a limited to say tonight because I'm done.
Girl, yeah.
This
oh dear.
This one. As people who enjoy traveling, this one is very disturbing. And I don't know whose idea it is, but they need to be stopped. So in a segment I'm calling Standby, here we go.
Airlines could introduce standing only seats as soon as 2026, promising much cheaper fares. Y'all better fucking not. Who wants to fly on a standing only airplane? That's like going to work on a crowded train in the morning. I don't want a commuter flight. Budget airlines may be your ticket to affordable travel, but even we can admit that some airlines may be taking it too far. You're absolutely right about them taking it too far. If I walk onto an airplane and I see some shit like this, I need all my money back. I don't want roller coaster seats on my airplane. I want my airplane to have airplane seats. You can't even call it a seat because you can't sit down in it. You just kind of lean on it. And when the turbulence comes, this little hump right here, crushing your balls, crushed testicles. Don't expect any snacks on this flight. Do the chairs have like the little back tables? Can I pull my laptop or my iPad out? Can I get any work done on this flight? They said it's only intended for short flights, like less than 2 hours. But I still wouldn't do it. Air travel just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. You can't check your bag for free. You can't pick your seat for free. Now you're not even guaranteed a seat at all. We just have a cushioned plank for you to lean on. Good luck. Airlines could introduce.
They said flights less than 2 hours. I wouldn't want to do this for 15 minutes.
Girl. I would love to know as well whose idea this was to think that I mean, I get it. They want to put more people on the plane. They want to move people faster, but this is not the way. Put more planes on the runway with seats. Stop this ridiculousness. Stop being cheap. Imagine you pay like a good chunk of change for a seat. Well, what you think you're getting is a seat. And they come and say, oh, I'm sorry, Sheba, we can't really offer you a seat because we're overbooked, but we want to show you this lovely contraption that you can lean on. And you can fly for 2 hours. 2 hours and that feels like a 10-hour flight to me. I am absolutely, positively not. Give me my money back. Give me my money back today. Put me on the next flight with an actual seat. People work too hard for this kind of foolishness. Whose idea?
I think we just need to start boycotting. I really think that honestly what needs to happen is that people just start boycotting, because I've actually started boycotting certain airlines. Like I will not fly with them. Like it's I have to deal with putting my checking my purse and making sure my purse can fit. Like I don't understand. It's too much.
Yeah,
It
these
becomes
rules are
much.
becoming a
And
bit
now I'm
much.
standing. Like
Now we got to
I'm.
stand. And as we all know, they're like, oh, they're forgetting about turbulence. There's a lot can happen when you're ascending and descending, and they're just figuring, oh, it's gonna be fine. How do y'all know it's gonna be fine? Some planes, as we've seen in recent history, very recent, as in this year, haven't even gotten off the runway. I think they're already in some severe trouble. So these hanging, standing seats, no, go back to the drawing board. Do better.
It's a no. Thank
It's a
you.
big
And we
no.
move on. So dating is tough. Dating
Girl.
can be difficult, and not everybody loves dating. But when you find someone who's intentional, I think you hold on to this person. Well,
Fact.
in this situation, I don't think
Oh.
this woman thought the man was intentional enough. And so we have some questions for you after you watch this. So in a segment I'm calling Confirm. Here we go.
Just want to preface this by saying I'm so glad I've been married for 21 years and I don't have to date. This person posted this from a friend, and for context, the previous comment was on Sunday night. But who was in the wrong here? So on Sunday night, the man is incredible. He said, let's definitely try it. How does it sound? She said, perfect. I'll meet you there. Day of, which is Tuesday, the day he posted it. Hello. I will probably be about 5 minutes late, the guy said. She says, oh no, you needed to confirm that this morning. I thought this wasn't happening, so I'm not there. We will have to reschedule. He says, oh, wow. Haha. She then responds and said, I'm still interested, don't get me wrong, but this was silly of you, and I am a gal who deserves the basic decency of you reaching out to let me know or to spill on ahead of time. He responded and said, I'll be honest, the whole situation just seems like a sign to me, and I do apologize about not confirming plans with you. It's unfortunate this situation happened. She said, for me, you should be so excited the morning of our date, you can't wait to reach out to me and let me know you're looking forward to it. But that's the bare minimum on how I view it on what I, where was it? But that's the bare minimum and how I view it on what I deserve to find what I'm looking for. First of all, I can't. A comma could have been somewhere in there to help me out. Gee, this is just words. There's no punctuation for me. Girl, you can edit that anywhere. I'm sorry, I'm stopping myself. Now, as far as who's wrong, I don't know because I don't know the current landscape for dating. I need y'all's help. Do you need to reconfirm the day of if you confirm Sunday night? Because for me, we just went to dinner with our homegirl Nina in New York. We confirmed the day of because we had made the plans like 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago. I feel like a lot can change in 3 weeks, but we confirmed Sunday night. Tuesday, I feel like usually much hasn't changed, but are people double confirming the day of? Because I asked my wife and she said, I would like a confirmation, but if he didn't, she would have. But then I found this a collection of TikToks that are he didn't confirm the date the day of, so there will be no date. When he doesn't confirm the date by the deadline, so now I'm going out with the girls instead. If he doesn't confirm the date by 2 p.m., he's done, ladies. Confirming the date, or there is no date, like the date is confirmed the day before, or there is the day of. So now I'm back to wondering what is the protocol for the modern dating relationships? Because it's less than 48 hours. I feel like I'm just so glad I'm married. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just want to preface it.
And this is why men are sick of us.
Yep.
And this is
We're,
why
we're
men are sick of
yeah.
our age. Let me just be clear. If I say, cool, I will meet you there.
What more does a person need? Okay.
So unless I'm no longer meeting you there, that is the
It's
only
confirmed.
time I need to confirm. We have plans on Friday. It's in our
Exactly.
calendars. We know we have to be somewhere at 3 o'clock. We confirmed this weeks ago. And guess
Thank
what? I'm
you.
going to be there Friday at 3 o'clock. Unless you ladies say, hey, girl, sorry, can't make it, then at 2 o'clock, I'm leaving my
Thank you.
home to meet you at 3 o'clock because that was our plan. So
And this
48
is a new
hours?
thing. This is like a new thing now, I guess, that's happening.
This is why men are sick of us. This is stupid.
I've never heard of that before. And I saw the clip, I was like, okay, this is new because I assume And when someone says, "Yep," like using us as a perfect example, "Yep, Sheba, we're all meeting on Friday, 3 p.m. Nothing has changed because unless one of us, if one of us gets ill or something, then of course things will change. But otherwise, it's confirmed. So now a guy has to message that person the day of, and some of them I saw they had before 2 p.m. Now they're putting timestamps as to when they can basically RSVP to this date. Like, ladies, where is this coming from? Like, I'd like to know. Is this like a new movement that girls are doing now to say that they hold the cards in their pocket?
This is why
That's
men are sick of us.
that's
That's why they're
weird.
sick of us. This is why they're sick of us.
You know
This
what's
is
funny?
why
I'm sick of that.
I'm sick of
I'm
us.
sick of them. I can only imagine the poor guy. Like,
I'm sick of us. This is the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever heard. I understand if we made plans a week ago
I get that.
and you just reconfirming, hey, just reconfirming that we're on. But either person can reconfirm. If
Either
you
person.
are uncertain, then you go and say, hey,
You call or
sir,
text.
just
Yeah,
confirming that we're still good for 7:30 tonight.
that's it.
Response, okay, great, I'll see you there.
That's
But
it.
I'm sick
But
of all
why
of
are
this.
you? And then they're so proud of themselves making these TikTok videos. Like, I told him da 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 da. It's like, girl, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life if this is how you plan. If this
Look
is
at
how you
her.
plan on your dating life, then you need to change things up. It's not looking too good for you. Okay,
That part.
I'm sorry for the
Thank
guys.
you.
I'm really
Yeah,
sorry
I'm,
for
I'm
them.
sorry. We're sorry.
No,
But we move on.
we
As
move
I've said a couple of weeks, and I will keep saying Jamaicans are the best. But one thing we are not good at is the thing we're about to hear here. Because sometimes this messes people up, and it isn't until somebody's funeral or when they're sick you learn the information that this gentleman is going to talk about right now. So, in a segment I'm going to call What's Your Name? Here we go.
Yo, to all my fellow Jamaicans, whose idea was it for nobody's name to be their actual name? Like, we don't give you a regular nickname that shortens your name a little bit like regular people. We gotta give you a whole nother government. Who, like, what Jamaican council meeting was this legislation passed? Because this shit is confusing. It needs to be detailed. I was probably like 7 to 8 years old when I found out my mom's actual government name. Bill collectors calling the house. I'm getting frustrated. They keep asking for Elisa. Sir, my mommy's name is Judith. Click. But now I'm getting overwhelmed because I'm like, yo, they keep calling asking for Lisa. This means my dad has another wife that's named Lisa that be here when my mom is at work and when I'm at school. I'm thinking I gotta break the bad news to my mom and tear my family apart. I go to my mom, tears going up in my eyes like, yo, mom, they keep calling her asking for Lisa. I don't know who that is. And my grandma in the background talking about some mama like, oh no, baby, that's a name. That's my real name. My real name is Lucia. What? So who's Judy? No, that's my nickname. Nickname. Why are you not leaving? Or Cece, Sia, something else? Why would they give you a whole other name? And then she go like, oh yeah, well your grandma name is not Patsy. So what's her name? Ellie. Okay, so who am I? Obviously.
Oh, it's true.
It's true.
It's true. It is. It's funny because a lot of our aunts and
It's true.
uncles, I would call them like aunt nurse, Miss You, aunt nurse, and then I learned that is not. As I got older, I learned it was like a complete like head spin for me. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? For years, I've been calling you Auntie Miss You, and then I learned that their name is something completely different. And it does. I don't know why.
It makes a
Actually,
big
that's a
thing.
question. I don't know why our fellow Jamaicans do that. Shiva, you're a native. Why do you think Jamaicans do that? Is it just like a? Is it like a?
To this day, I don't know. Because I will say, I will be happy to say that my nickname is
Yeah,
actually my name, Toshiba and
yeah.
Shiba.
Shiva to
But
Shiva.
like my stepdad for years called
Yeah.
my mom Mulling. They were together for 24 years, and he just explained to me like a couple of weeks ago why for 24 years he always called her this name. Even people in Jamaica know her by this name. And I never, and they always came up, and it meant something to the people who
Yeah.
started it, but you as a layperson, you're like, what?
Yes.
Why would you, why is her name Claudette, but you call her Munchie? Like, what?
Yeah, completely. Even the letters, like not even the letters, it's like everything's just completely different. Like our dad, he has an uncle in Jamaica, and his nickname is Young Boy, and that's not near relative, nothing to his name. And I was calling him Uncle Young Boy for donkey years. Not even as a grown human, a grown human. I'm here calling him, yeah, Uncle Young Boy. And then my dad finally said, actually, Chantel, his name isn't Young Boy. And me, my idiot self, what? I'm like, what do you mean? It's Young Boy. And then it dawns me, like, wait a minute, yeah. What? This is a case study.
Sometimes you don't find out till the funeral when you look at that's happened to me. I went to a funeral and I said such and such, and I looked at the funeral something. I said, "Who's this?
Wait, who's this? Wait, who's this? Isn't. They have the wrong name. This isn't her.
I literally gone to funerals to say I'm going to such and such, and they're like, "Who?" And then they say, "I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right." Like, what are we talking about? So Jamaicans, I love us, but cut it out.
I love this. Cut it out. I love our people.
It out. You gotta cut it out. But someone who needs to cut it out is the person I'm about to say here. The fact that this person's Instagram page has over 1 million followers tells me the state of our world. I don't even want to name the Instagram page because I don't want to have any more followers. You don't want to give it any clout.
You don't want to give it any clout.
Like, this foolishness has to stop. So in this segment, I'm calling Just Yuck. Here we go.
Whew. We forgot to set out these wings.
Oh.
Where's the lid? Where's the lid?
How did you forget to set them out?
Well, I can't do everything. Okay, I'm doing the best I can.
Now what you going to make?
Well, I still gotta make the potato, and I gotta make the beanie weenies.
So what's it called again?
Beanie weenies.
And now what you still gotta make?
Potato salad.
Oh, you got me the whole jar for this one.
Oh my God.
What the hell? They're frozen.
She forgot to take them out the thing, but we're hoping they heat up in time for lunch.
Oh.
She forgot to take them out the freezer.
Gosh.
They ain't gonna cook like that.
What if we got some aluminum foil and lay across the top of the wings? You think that'll work? I think it will. We're gonna get these things done.
I mean, by the time the beanie weenies are done, those will be done too, so it kind of works out.
They can cook at the same time.
Right. Yeah, they should be done at the same time.
All right, let's hope so.
Was that any mama?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, all of these people need to go away. Who would eat that?
No.
So to be clear, there were frozen wings that they actually put on the barbecue. So we're going to start there. Then after the wings thawed on the barbecue, they put it in the oven. No seasoning, no nothing. Then it's semi-cooked, and then they put seasoning on top of semi-cooked wings.
That's
and
right.
She had weenies and hot dogs, the sausage and beans that she put in an oven. And then where was the potatoes for that? Because she opened the can.
She opened a can of, I don't know what that was, but she added a lot of mayonnaise to it. and she stirred it around, and I guess I don't know if she cooked it or if she just put it on the table, and then all of them, like a flock of seagulls, ran over there and started yamming it. The only thing that looked half decent to eat there, and they're eating at their own risk, was the corn, and they're eating that at their own risk. Girl, I was like, thank the Lord that no Black people were injured during their little whatever that is they were having. What the actual?
There's no way I would have walked up, saw that, and stayed. I wouldn't have stayed. I would have left.
No chance. Imagine your coworkers, oh yeah, I'm having a barbecue. Well, you know what? From that moment, you're wondering, you know what? Let me proceed with caution. This is why we always say for our people, eat before you go to these places. Because sometimes when you go to your friend's barbecue and your coworker wants to have that potluck that you don't want to say no to, but you kind of have to go because it's work related, just make sure you have your own food, because you may be walking into something that looks very much like what we just saw now. That is a trap. Hell no, sir, no way, no ma'am, no. I'm still trying to figure out what those what that white stuff was. What was that? And the thing is clearly not cooked. Do you see the girl like taking up the beanie weenies, whatever she called it, piling it onto her plate? I'm like, girl, no, hell no.
We're gonna move on. Because the young people are at it again.
Our future, as Whitney once said.
I'm just gonna say the young people are at it again. So in a segment called micro retirement. Micro.
All right. Okay.
Retirement.
Micro retirement.
Yep, I waited to hear the whole thing with my girl. So we're gonna listen together. Here we go.
Okay.
Have y'all heard of micro retirement, the Gen Z latest trends? Let me share it with you if you haven't. It's an article from Fast Company you read. While retirement typically occurs after completing a career and saving and investing for it, a new trend is emerging among Gen Z career professionals called micro retirement. Micro retirement involves taking a 1 to 2 week break from work every 12 to 18 months. In other words, vacation, PTO, purchase time off, paid time off. Why are we making new words for words that already exist and we already understand them? Vacation is a 1 to 2 week break every 12 to 18 months is a micro retirement. Then a ultra micro retirement might be just taking Saturday and Sunday off. Or macro ultra micro retirement might be my lunch break. That's like saying Gen Z is tired of staying at work all day, 1 hour a day, they're leaving their job and going to eat and then coming back. A micro retirement might be a 10 to 15 minute break. That's scheduled. But there's more micro retirements can look like quitting a job and finding a new job when you're ready to work again. That's what? That's just leaving your job and quitting. People save their money, quit a job, and then go job hunting. And that's not micro retirement, that's life. Setting up a plan with your employer that allows you to take unpaid frequent work breaks. FMLA, unpaid leave, getting fired, taking breaks from your business if you're a business owner, quitting your business. Why are we making up new things for things that already exist? Gen Z, y'all don't like the words we have? Why don't we have to make new words for stuff that already existed? The big problem is, are we going to be able to retire, any of us, fully? Is regular retirement going to be on the table? With Social Security gone, the cost of living going up, housing being nearly impossible to buy for a large, segment of the society. Forget about new words. We need a new way to live. Gen Z has decided that instead of taking full lunch, sometimes in between work, they'll just take like a few bites of something. We call it micro lunch. Gen Z doesn't always want a full cake, so they decide to have micro cakes. Cupcakes! We already have those. Gen Z's tired of full-on relationships. Sometimes they just want to have a little sex. So they're having micro relationships. One night stands. We have those. Gen Z doesn't want full-size chicken wings, so they're having micro wings. Party wings. We have them. We already have microphones, micro machines, microwaves. We don't need micro retirement. Have y'all heard?
What is going on? What? Come on. Why are we creating new words. You know what I find though too? She must had enough of them. I'm finding that, and okay, maybe it's just the way how we were raised. A lot of the younger generation, they're very soft, and there's words, I guess, that make them feel not raw. They don't like the words they're hearing, like the word fired. Maybe to them it's too harsh. So they prefer they prefer a softer word. I find that they're trying to find softer ways of saying things. Although the word vacation, I don't see how that's a hard word. I don't know how these young people are thinking. I don't know if something happened when they were born, if the COVID vaccine messed them up. I don't know what's going on, but these young people are driving everybody crazy. Honestly. I don't know what it is, girl, but this needs to stop. This is becoming ridiculous. Stop creating new words. Just use the words we already have. Stop it with your micro brain. Ah, Jesus. Everything's micro.
Sick of y'all, and I've raised one of y'all, and I'm sick of all of y'all. So before we get into the next round of foolishness, again, we just want to thank Radio Regent, and we want to thank iHeartRadio for promoting this amazing show. We are going on 5 years on Radio Regent. Make sure when it's available, we'll let you know to download the Radio Regent app where you can listen to us every Saturday at 7 p.m. because this foolishness is going to continue as long as the internet exists.
Factual.
We will never ever lose this show. So thank you, foolish people. But we move on. Let me tell you something. Family is so important.
Very.
Family can be so great until
they can. They can.
Until they're not.
Girl.
So this young lady had a question that's going to be read, and it's, am I the a-hole? So in a segment I'm calling, Am I the a-hole? We're going to decide if she is the a-hole. Here we go.
Am I the asshole for not cooking breakfast for my niece and nephew? I'm 36. My sister's 34. She's recently moved into my house about 2 months ago with her two kids, a 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old little girl, after she ended a really bad relationship. I've always been an early-ish riser and like to get up and make myself some breakfast around 7 or 8 a.m. Nothing spectacular, just whatever I'm feeling for the day. When my sister moved in, I realized quickly that she liked to sleep in. Some days she was up as late as 1 p.m. I gave her the benefit of the doubt since I knew how hard it was for her breakup and what she's going through. Since my sister slept so late daily, she wouldn't get up and take care of her kids. I got into a routine with my niece and nephew that basically whatever I cooked for myself for breakfast, I'd make enough for them as well until the other morning. I woke up and had an urge to make huevos rancheros. The kids immediately started complaining that they did not want to eat that, and that's not something they wanted, and they wanted something different. I was nice and ended up making them pancakes since it's not their fault that their mom is really struggling. The next morning, I was making breakfast potatoes and eggs, but all I heard was, we don't want that. We want something else. So again, I obliged. Finally, after 3 mornings of unwanted food critics getting a separate meal, I finally told them, I'm no longer cooking 2 different meals for breakfast. If you don't like what I'm making, go ask your mom to get up and make you something else. So they went upstairs to wake her, but she still didn't come downstairs until after 1 p.m. The kids immediately started complaining that I, quote unquote, refused to feed them. And my sister was pissed. She started in about how they need to be fed by a certain time and a bunch of other things that she said to try to intentionally hurt me. I snapped and I told her, look, I know you're depressed, but wake up and take care of your 15 kids. Instead of expecting me to do it. She got quiet after that and is still giving me the cold shoulder, but I know she's expecting me to apologize. Am I the asshole?
Hell no.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, she's not. No.
Not the kids.
Those are your nieces and your nephews, not your children and your responsibility.
That's right.
They are your niece and your nephew. I'm already doing you a solid by letting you be in my house.
Say it again.
You coming to my house is already disrupting my routine. Wait a minute. I don't think people be really understanding that. Like, even if it's family. Yes, I've opened my home to you. I've opened like my resources to you. That's fine, whatever. But just like if I came to your residence and you opened up your residence to me, just my presence there has altered your routine. Am I the asshole for not cooking?
She is not. She is not. She is in her right. You let your sister come into your house that you're paying mortgage and rent for. Girl. So she's there upstairs. They're two picnic, 7 and 4.
Yes. So there's 3 extra people in your home, which means 3 extra mouths to feed. Which means 3 extra people taking showers and using the light and watching the TV and making noise when you're used to you being by yourself. And I don't give a shit how depressed you are.
Absolutely not. I'm the one that broke up with your man.
How depressed you are. You still have these 2 children. You have children.
Like, I'm sorry that you're going through your thing,
cry
but no.
when they're at school. Cry when they're at the park.
Exactly.
I don't know what you do, but
cry yourself by river.
Children, you're sleeping till 1 when
That's
you have 2 young children.
No, now she's just taking advantage. That's not right. Girl, wake up. Feed your kids whatever they want to eat. When they're gone to school, they go play with their little friend, go cry in the corner, and then get back up and take care of your kids. Don't leave that on your sister to do. That's not right. That's taking advantage. Girl. No, she is not in the wrong. She is totally right. And what's dry is that her sister giving her the cold shoulder and wants her to apologize in her house with her bills. Ooh. Listen, go find a therapist and get over the man, because just don't believe the man is already over you. He's not crying in no condom.
Well, if this was her conduct when she was with him, that's why he left her.
Okay.
That's why he left her.
That's why he left her. Okay. Girl. She's being nice.
Okay. Speaking about getting left, it will be this person in this video. So we're just going to go straight to it. In a segment I'm calling Make More Money. Here we go.
Okay, I started picking out my dresses, everything. I told my parents I'm about to get married. But I noticed every time I bring up the wedding to her, she was nonchalant. Like, yeah, they supposed to get married in June. Okay, that's our due date. In June. She tells me, oh, let's push it back to August. I thought you wanted to marry me. You know, so let me ask Miss Dixon what that was about. Miss Dixon? Your Honor, how are you supposed to have a wedding with no money? Like, if I'm trying to save for a wedding and you keep dipping in the savings to make more money, like work. Stop using all the money. Are you the mama or the fiance? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because it's always gimme. Miss Burke, I'm sorry. You 31 years old. Yes. Why would you say make more money if you all are about to get married? Why wouldn't you be looking to contribute? No, because let me tell you. I'm about to, because you need to tell me. Yes. First of all, I want to read the ring. Can we close the ring first? Okay, I'm sorry, Miss Burke. Yes. I'm having trouble getting over the make more money. Make more money. You pay for that ring. You can make some more money. And what work outside of the home do you do? I don't do nothing. I sit at home and look cute. Yes.
Wow.
And she's failing at that job.
Horrifically. And you know what? I blame the fiance, because it's like, why did you propose to this chick? You know, she's have no ambition to do anything. Because I mean, she's there saying how, oh, make more money. It's like, girl, get off your backside and go get a job. You're the one who wants to have this big, lush, beautiful wedding. Okay, well, if you want to, you keep on dipping into the savings. So there goes that money for your lavish wedding. Get off your body, go get a job. And as for the fiance that proposed to her in the first place, why? She's clearly spoiled and has no ambition to do anything but just sit and be a quote unquote housewife, which she's also failing at, like you just mentioned. No. Poyal. And she's bright, coming up on the TV set. Make more money. It's like, wow, girl. If Kim Kardashian has to work, guess what? Okay. If Kimmy K has to work, we all gotta work. If Beyonce has to work, we all gotta work. And they have money. Okay.
Nobody
Boy,
wants to work these days. Nobody wants to work these days. Kim, you were right.
She was
You were
right.
so nobody wants to work these days.
She was
So
really right.
This is just stupid. This one, I watched the first 5 seconds and said,
Oh
nope,
Lord.
I'm going to watch it with my girls. I'm going to watch it. But that's what I do every week, guys. I will see the first little bit of something and I said, nope,
You
I'm
cut
going to
it. You
save
like
it. I save it because this is stupid. 5 seconds is enough to tell me how stupid it is. And this one, yep. In a segment, I'm calling The Park.
oh
Here
Lord.
we go.
We're gonna go to the local dog park today to run around. When we've gone for walks, and that's like without the ears, without the mask, just the leash, we've definitely gotten people staring at us. I remember one time a family with a baby in a stroller, like shielded their child's eyes from looking at us. People will ask, like, can I get on the leash too? People will honk their horns. We usually just laugh.
Ooh, oh.
That's because they're definitely Gen Z. These are definitely Gen Z.
Wow.
We are not safe in this world. So for those on the radio, those
Yeah.
are two
Explain to them what.
African Americans, I'm gonna make sure African Americans
Oh.
who dress up like dogs
Oh.
and cats.
Dog and cat,
I
yeah.
don't know what's happening. And the girlfriend puts the boyfriend on a leash and they go to the park and he plays fetch like a dog.
And they seem very proud of this. What I want to know, like, what broke in their life to make them decide that they no longer want to relate to being a human. They want to now relate to being a cat or a dog. Like
It's
what?
gentle parenting. Gentle parenting.
See, this is why you got
Whenever
me.
gentle parenting started, this is the
Yeah,
result. I
yeah,
swear to God, this is the
yeah,
result of gentle parenting, of kids not being told no, of
yeah.
kids not being told reality. This is the result
This is the
of
result.
gentle parenting. This is the result of words being changed and concepts being changed, and kids are allowed to express themselves freely. There are no constraints. They just want to be free. All of that bullshit is what led to this because these are the people who are supposed to be taking care of us
God.
in our elder years. Like we said before, we're just going to train dogs. We're going to
Yeah,
train Labradors and we're
yeah,
going to train even Yorkies and we're
yep,
going to train Pit Bulls and
yeah.
we're going to train German Shepherds to take care of
Absolutely.
us because the
Because these
dogs will do
humans,
more than these
they
new
will.
batch of humans.
They will. They will do better and do more than these humans. I'm not sure why. Like, what do they do for a living? Like, how do they work? Like, what do they do? Like, and then at their workplace, does he crawl on all fours? Like, do they just live off the government? Like, oh boy,
So many questions and no answers.
no. All these questions, and I'm sure they can't even answer either. That, yeah, okay, all right,
Thank you.
wow.
It gets
It
better.
gets better. It gets better, y'all. It gets better.
This
Mm-hmm.
one is very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just at the point where I'm very confused. I exist in this world and I'm very confused because I feel like I'm just living in it because what
Right?
in the world nothing makes sense anymore.
Oh God.
So in the segment on the Tickety Talk that I'm calling We're Married, here we go. Hopefully it pulls up on Tickety Talk. Hold on. Come on, Tickety Talk.
Let's
And
go, Tickety Talk. You can do
no,
it.
continue. Come on, Tickety Talk.
You can do it.
And
And
go.
yes.
And I married to a woman. This is my wife, Samantha Wynn Greenstone. You always hear me say, and follow my wife, Samantha, who I've tagged. Well, here she is. Here I am. Exists. And yes, I identify as gay because that's how I feel. I'm gay. I don't identify as bi or pan because that doesn't really sum up what's going on in my brain. The fact that I'm married to Samantha is more of a soulmate connection. It's something that is inexplicable almost in the stars. It's just written that way. And we've talked a lot in the media about it, but I just wanted to answer your question and put a face to Samantha because yeah, she's my soulmate, and we wish more people would find this dynamic. Yeah, we're actually in love for all of the right reasons, and I think if more people were to seek out healthy relationships, they would understand this. Those who are in their soulmate relationship have no problem getting this concept. Those who are curious ask questions, and those who just are never going to get it, they're never going to get it, and it's okay. Yep, and that's okay. And we're happy to answer questions. We are monogamous. We have been in a relationship for almost 9 years and just got married last year. So yeah, follow me, follow Samantha for more. And we're like any normal husband and wife. Like I don't think Jacob's walking fast enough for me right now. I'm getting bigger, Dad. No, you're not missing anything.
So he's gay and he's married to a woman because that's his soulmate.
His soulmate.
His soul. Okay. His soulmate, his twin flame. I want to low key think that they're just doing this because they need to be paying mortgage. These days, everyone's booing up with everyone just to pay like rent and mortgage. So just say that because that what you're saying right now makes absolutely no sense. That's stupidness. Give me a break. And she's stupid too. What? Seriously? Oh God. I hope this was a hoax. I do. That's dumb. No. Mm-mm. You're interested in men. And that's your prerogative. But you married a woman after dating her, being with her for 9 years, but you still are very much gay. You're still very much love men. And she loves men. And I assume she loves him because she married him. And they're soulmates. And now they want to take questions as if they've been asked to go on Dateline or on the Today Show to talk about their interesting relationship. See, I don't know, man. Like social media has just become so it's a scary place now. And stuff that I don't care to know about, I'm now unfortunately learning about. And no one asked what's next. Like it's like, oh, this like their soft launch. Like the it's like a soft launch into their relationship. That's what it must be.
I got
nothing. I'm shook at.
I'm exhausted. I am exhausted by this world.
I'm scared. I don't know.
Every day I wake up, I am even more confused.
More confused. Like
the world I exist in. Old is new, new is old, right is left, wrong is
left
right.
Is right, up is down, down is up.
Confused. I just would rather not speak to anyone but the very, very close people that I already know that already exist because I've got nothing.
I'm so lost.
Now,
what?
This was another one, and again, people. Not every white woman is a Karen. Not every offensive thing somebody says is racist.
Exactly.
Not everyone is a racist. Like I am so exhausted and so tired of this. So this interaction and I felt this interaction. This interaction was what basic human decency used to be like. But this young lady, because I know she's part of the Gen Z, felt like she was confused by this interaction and was asking whether we thought this lady was a Karen. We won't answer it for you. Just here you go. So in a segment I've entitled No Karen, here we go.
All right.
Okay. I want you to see what she was doing. Like
Okay, she's posing. Okay, and hanging
over.
uh,
So
bridge.
people know. So think about a bridge,
Yeah,
and think
she's
about
hanging on to
some
the.
woman leaving the boardwalk, going where a railing is, and having some photographer have her pose,
Right.
holding onto the railing over this rushing
Wow.
water. And the woman walking by is saying she owns the biggest magazine in New York, LA, wherever else she says, and she would never let any of her models do
Do
that.
that.
And this girl has the nerve to say this interaction left her confused and wants to know if that woman is a Karen. No, that
No,
woman is trying to protect your
she's trying to
stupid
save
ass.
her life. She's gonna fall in.
You would
I know.
you would rather risk your life for content than listen to oh, this woman is saying, I can't even focus on what I'm doing because I would never let so you again, you have purposely gone across and I'm sure there was something that said do not go over.
I'm
So
sure.
she's
Yeah,
gone over in a dress at
in her
that
dress.
with
She
her
really
with
rented the
no
dress
shoes on,
to
to
get her
pose
pose.
over
She gave
water.
as if she's on the Titanic and almost fall in. And people are confused at that. That's not her being a Karen. That's her
That
being
was
a
her
life
being a concerned
practically.
person,
That's her
a
saying, you're
human
an idiot.
being.
You dumb. Get over it. Like, there are other safer places for you to do your exotic photo shoot. Like, why are you hanging onto the railing? One false move. Ooh. You and the designer dress that you borrowed are gone into the water. Gone. Swept away.
Young people,
Why are they
and
so
not
quick to risk their life?
so,
And for what? The gram? For TikTok? You're risking your life
sick of
for the
them,
gram and for TikTok.
so sick of them.
Oh, wow. Wow. And now people are
Because
mad at the lady for yelling and saying, yo, chick, basically, what are you trying to do? Kill yourself? Get off of the railings. Go take your photo somewhere safe.
and
Like, you
who
can
would allow
AI the
you to
photo if
do
you
that?
want. If you really.
I'm done. Okay, and so no, our
Oh.
answer is no. That woman
Our answer is no.
was not being a Karen. That
Mm-mm.
woman was being a human being concerned about another human being because that human being was doing
Yeah.
stupid crap.
What's going on with, oh, wow. They're such risk takers. That's not worth it. I
Such
don't know if she's,
such risk takers, aren't they?
they are.
Anywho,
Those brats.
so the final one,
Those
thank you,
little
we're
brats.
done. We're just done.
Jesus.
So this will be the finest video segment, and I'm going to try to get through a 6 round check bonus session with my friend.
Hey.
So, in a segment that I'm calling Divorce, here we go.
Something a divorced man hopes his ex-wife will sorry for die.
He wasn't wrong.
He
That
was
was
the,
it. That was
that's
a correct.
literally the number one answer.
Most divorced
Oh.
men who had to pay their wife large amount of money at some point or another
Really
thought about
contemplated.
them,
Unaliving them.
realizing themselves.
Yeah. Having an accident, not waking up from that nap. I mean, men are human, and most people paying for someone that, especially if it's a bad breakup and you have to pay large amounts of money monthly, you do start to have those thoughts where you're just like, I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. And they wonder, could they get away with it? Could they? I
And
mean,
not even that they unalived them, but that they just
yeah,
became
this
unalive.
thing
Maybe
happens. The
they
Lord.
were posing over a bridge, and
And see how we're connecting? Y'all see that? The connection. Maybe
they
they were
fell off
holding
and
over
went
a
in the
bridge.
water.
Maybe they were making those stupid bicycles and hit their head and got a concussion and they fell into the water. Maybe they had some of that food that crazy woman was making.
Correct. The frozen
Like,
wings and the wiener tater,
frozen,
whatever. It all happened. It all happened. So,
right?
sir, that was a great answer, and it was clearly
Great
on the
answer.
board. But we move
Right?
on.
Mm.
This is another 6 round.
Hey,
I haven't even fully read it. I read the first line because
and you were hooked.
again, I knew this was for us.
Oh,
So
I'm
in
ready.
our bonus segment that I'm calling BBL,
Oh, Lord.
literally, here we go.
Boy.
I look good because I
Okay.
invest in myself.
Oh.
I turn head. My
Oh.
BBL is realistic, and my peach chiz are supple. I'm a
Oh.
makeup artist by trade, so I know how to accentuate my natural beauty. Don't hate me, I'm only telling you my truth. I also know that men are visual beings, so I can attract them all.
Whoop.
But the
That's some
man
good
I
work.
want
Okay,
is
girl.
obsessed. She says she can attract them all.
Oh, wow.
But the man I want is obsessed with his dust bucket wife. He was my high school boyfriend. We grew apart and reunited recently at a mutual friend's funeral. I tried to hug him and he blocked me with one hand and introduced his dust bucket wife with the other. She's short, skinny, plain, and homely. I'd look better with him. Since I bumped into him, I sent him DMs and I've made petty comments on her dusty post like, call me please, let me do your makeup. I sent a nasty DM, pics of my wax pierced kitty cat, and he called me and agreed to link up for coffee. I arrived pantyless and ordered and sat down. A half hour later, he walked in with his dust bucket wife. They sat with me. This is my wife. She is my partner for life. Do you understand? Your behavior is inappropriate. Please
Whoop.
stop. They left together. I know he doesn't mean this. How do I get him to link up with me alone? Question mark.
Okay. Yo, wow. The denial is real. The man brought his wife, or so what she claims is his dust bucket. Is that what she called her?
Yes,
A
he
dust.
is a dust bucket. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay, well, girl, clearly you're let him go. He doesn't want you. He wants his dust bucket wife. Let him be with his wife. Why are you trying to be a homewrecker? The man don't want you. Let it go. The man he brought his wife with him. But when he
I
said
don't
he
know.
blocked her from hugging him, like whoop.
He did like a football block and said, "This is my wife." Like he blocked her. And my thing is, and I quote,
Yes, please. Mhm.
I also know that men are visual beings, so I can attract them all. So go attract the rest of them. Why do you want this one, man?
She wants the one that she
Girl,
knows she can't have. Wow. Okay, girl. Yeah, she made some very bold statements, and that she can
she can
attract them
attract. She
all.
literally has the word "all." I attract
Oh, yeah, look
them
at that.
all.
Attract them all. Okay,
So
girl. Go forth.
go.
Go forth and attract the rest.
Them
The
all.
ones that you claim you can catch. All right, girl. Let the man go. He don't want you.
I
You can
He's
send him all
definitely
the DMs.
also
The
Gen X or
girl.
whatever, the Z's or the V's or the whatever these
Sending her
types of men
piercings of
are.
her pictures of her pierced kitty cat, her peach, and all this. Like, girl, if he wanted you, he would have had you already. He doesn't want
And we're
you.
done. And we're
He's
done. And
grown.
we move on. We have 40 seconds and we're going to get out of here. Tully, talk to the people.
You all right, everyone? We want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out our replays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. This award-winning content. You can rewatch it from day one to now. And we tape live right here on YouTube. Check us out 9:30 on Wednesdays, Eastern Standard Time. And follow us on IG and on Facebook. That's right. Yes, we have a Facebook page. Why do I forget we have a Facebook page? Facebook is still a thing, and we have one. So find us on there. Y'all, we got to go. Keep fit. Have fun. We got Queen Sheba. I'm Telly. Christ is somewhere in the ATL. But until next time, everyone, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.